Hi, welcome to the Tamia
and Tamika show.
So today we're going to get right into the most recent news that came about Jussie Smollett story.
Yep.
So let me just read a little bit of this to give you guys some background because this came from the story in ABC 7, Channel 7 in Chicago. And it says that the Chicago Police Department released more than 400 pages of official documents from Empire actor Jussie Smollett's case on Thursday. So the only new thing that came out Thursday was that the final pages indicate that Chicago police knew weeks ahead of time, that there was a deal in works between Smollett and the Cook County State Attorney's Office, led by Kim Foxx, who later recused herself from the case. So when the charges were dropped on March the 26th, Chicago police and Mayor Rahm Emanuel were publicly shocked. But the newly released documents stated that, it was nearly a full month before charges were dropped on February the 28th, and the assistant state attorney on the case told the Chicago police detectives that she felt the case would be settled with Smollett paying the city of Chicago $10,000 in restitution.
I agree.
And doing community service. That was a month before they dropped the charges, and that is exactly what happened. So my thing is that
why did it take a month
so early in the case? Jussie Smollett's team, his attorney team,
right,
was in talks with Chicago. So do you think he's guilty or not?
No.
Do you think he made up, like what Chicago police said? Do you think he made the story up?
No.
Because why was he so, eager to talk and make a settlement?
Well, I don't think that he made the story up. I feel like he is a victim. I feel like people need to leave him alone because it's no different.
A victim of what, Tamika?
First of all,
a victim of having paychecks to his homeboys to act and to fabricate a whole scene.
No,
okay.
I feel like he is a victim. I believe that what he said, is true. What I don't like is the fact that Ryan Lochte, if we remember, and back in, I want to say...
the Olympic swimmer?
Yes.
2016. Oh, you going way back?
No. Let me tell you something. Okay. He lied and said that him and 3 other swimmers were robbed at gunpoint. Now it's really because they got drunk and they messed up a store's bathroom. They paid the store clerk or whatever, but I guess because they really didn't want to tell the truth or whatever, so they made up this whole elaborate story. Well, Ryan, he was already in the USA. And the other ones, they were on their way back to the USA and they ended up getting detained, for questioning. So my thing is that the outcome on that was he just he lost $100,000 and he was able to compete in two
okay, wait. Hold it. You're trying to say how you could? This is apples and oranges. How are you comparing? First of all, the swimmer, I can't say his name right, so I'm not even gonna try. He admitted in the end. Okay, I lied.
But Jussie's not lying. Why would he say that he's lying?
They had documentation. The 2 African brothers, they testified as well. They showed the pay stubs. Hello.
They said that originally they said that he didn't do it and that he was just paying them or whatever.
Right, but when the Chicago police did research, it's called investigation.
That was coerced.
When they started investigating and they came across evidence, you ever heard that word, evidence?
Yeah, planted evidence.
And they presented the evidence to the brothers, and they said, "Oh, okay, yeah, this is what happened."
Planted evidence. So, if I see the brothers on the big screen,
I mean, that's a real stretch.
I mean, if I see him on the big screen too, I know that, that was planted evidence. This man is not going to say that he's guilty for something that he didn't do. And so even though Ryan Lochte eventually, admitted that, okay, I was foolish and I did this. I mean, it was on tape anyways. So why not? You know, saying admit he already knew that nothing was going to happen to
Okay,
him.
well, that's my first point. We ain't finished.
Ooh.
I'm not finished, baby. Because my first point is that you can't compare it. That's apples and oranges. One lied, one fessed up. First of all. Second of all, both charges were dropped.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but the case you're making don't even make sense because the swimmer paid much more money and was suspended for a time, and he paid much more than Smollett. Smollett, he got away with just 10 grand. I mean,
Smollett also lost his
that
career.
Is restaurant money.
He lost his career. He lost his, his reputation.
He probably
being
needed
smeared.
to. He probably needed
It's
to.
probably smeared. Not Ryan Lochte. Oh no, you know what I'm saying? He's still back
Because he admitted to the truth.
But Jussie's not
Jussie
lying.
Smollett made a deal, and then he went out and did a interview in the press and just continued with his story.
Because it's the truth.
According to you.
Right. According to
Okay.
me and a million other people.
No,
it's the truth.
but the evidence says otherwise.
You know what evidence? They play
Oh,
evidence
my
every
goodness.
day. They play evidence every day. They call her as witnesses every
Okay,
day.
but you have to look at the facts. You just can't go willy-nilly on what you feel. I mean, facts, the evidence was that they were paid. You got check statements. You got testimony. You got cameras of them buying the material. Oh my goodness.
Listen, who knows? The boys might have been in some freaky dicky stuff. You know, they probably bought the material for themselves and say that, oh, Jussie bought it, you know what I'm saying, being that he is gay, so they want to just put it on.
Okay, so having said that, then why are they going to court and they're actually suing Smollett's and his legal team for defamation?
What?
Yes.
Listen, they have to play their
Innocent
part.
people don't do that.
Ooh,
I'm sorry. Guilty people. Guilty people don't do that. Innocent people do that. They will say, "Look, now I know we have the evidence and everything, and he still went out and lied on us. Oh, we taking you to court." And not only that,
You know how I know he innocent?
Chicago police is taking him to court.
Chicago police
Look,
always
this man has a world of comeback on him.
Let me tell you something.
Come back.
The reason why I know he's innocent because I can feel it in my spirit.
I told you.
He is
You know,
innocent.
And I know it's a lot of people that agree with Tamika, but
Yes.
again, you cannot go on willy-nilly on how you feel. Your elbow feel good today. So we have to go by facts, okay? I mean, this just makes no sense. Just because you feel like, oh, I feel that, he's telling the truth. Look, Chapo, this boy lied too. He lied on national TV.
I really feel like he's telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he lost all of this stuff. I feel like if he was lying,
Because he didn't think it through.
Well, I'm
Just
saying-
because of a frivolous ambition.
if he was gonna lose, if he started losing all this stuff, then he would eventually like, okay, you know what I'm saying, I lied or whatever, you know what I'm saying, just for the karma to stop. But if he's telling the truth, he's keeping that 100. He's not gonna. I don't know anybody that's gonna lose all his money. That's gonna have a whole show be canceled.
He's not that right.
We're gonna have a whole show be canceled and keep
It's a simple
lying.
answer. He is not that right. He's not too right. Okay? So, my thing, I'm glad you mentioned that too. I mean, how do you think his fellow cast members feel about that?
They feel
Because
they
they
probably
were
let the
duped
producers
too.
the pumps.
No, they were duped too because in the beginning they said they stand behind him, blah, blah, blah. Then all this evidence, remember that word? Evidence started coming out, and then all of a sudden they got silent. So, I mean,
What? They
Yeah, it
didn't
was
get silent.
silent.
They ended up getting their show canceled or whatever, or some
right,
bullshit.
but when the evidence started coming out and Chicago police started putting stuff out, it started getting silent.
Jussie,
And
I know
then
you-
after he did the deal,
Mhm.
that they waited a couple of weeks and it was like, you know what, bye, see you later. And not just you, everybody, go, see you later, bye. I mean, so you can't compare him and the Olympic swimmer because it's just too much karma that Jussie is just, he's reaping it right now.
It is
He's
too much
reaping all
karma for
of
him to
that.
be sitting here still lying because he's not lying. I'm not
He's
gonna admit on
reaping
something that-
all of that.
I'm
right
not. I wouldn't be saying, "Oh yeah, I did something I didn't do." You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can go ahead and lock me up. If I didn't do it, I didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. And so he's being a man of his word because he didn't do it. So I mean, hey, Ryan Lochte embarrassed the whole United States of America, and so he pretty much.
And he went ahead. He had a little suspension. He paid more this mullet.
A little bit money, a little bit change.
I don't even know
that was toilet
why
paper
you
money
think
to him.
that's even comparable. But anyway, but because he fessed up, he was able to go out and pursue his career, further pursue.
But they want him to fess up.
The other one, Jussie, he's going to pay enormous. He's going to pay an enormous price because he's got 2 lawsuits on his head now, and he's out of a job. He's unemployed. So, I mean, karma.
Well, we're obviously not going to agree to. We're not going to agree to disagree. So you guys let us know what you think about this case. Here's your empowerment tip for today. Relish change. Sometimes change can be scary because we sometimes are afraid to change our directions. But embrace change, embrace a way of living, embrace your thoughts. Make them positive. Sometimes change can be difficult to initiate, but it's very essential.
And then also when you, from the personal side, when you embrace change, it don't always have to be a negative change. It can be a positive change. So you have to think positive. So, personal side, you can pick up positive habits, meet new people that will bring more knowledge into your life and, give you some ideas for you to excel. So just embrace change. And then also on the business end, you can have new trends. New trends come up all the time. New technology, embrace new technology because look at Facebook, look at Twitter, you know what I mean? Look at Google. So, and then also new ideas, embrace new ideas because, the market changes all the time. Mm-hmm. So you never know when you might be on the cutting edge. If you embrace something and it just break out, and you never know when you hit that $1 million idea, okay? So, that's a tip for today. Embrace change, relish change. Welcome back. So today we're going to talk about saving money with your utilities, right?
Right.
So I picked up this, we found this informational. It's from oucblog.com. That's from Orlando Utilities Commission. And it says the title of the article, so you guys can pull it up so you can reference back. And it says 7 smart ways to save on cooling costs without breaking a sweat.
Right.
Okay, so Tamika, the first point is use a smart thermostat.
Right. So you would set the thermostat to a certain temperature that you would want the inside of your home to be when you come home. And then you would set it to a different temperature that you would want the inside of your home to be when you're sleeping or when you're away. So that's a way to save. Actually, no brainer.
Yeah, and then when when you also, another thing you can do is when you're away, like at work, you can schedule it to be, at the normal, because, when it's hot in Florida. I don't know where you guys are at, but it's hot here.
Extremely.
So when I come home, my first instinct is to put it down real low because I want it cool. But what you can do, because you don't want to have it that cool, you don't want to waste that much energy all of that time. So while I'm at work, you can have it scheduled to a higher temperature. You don't have to be using all of that energy until you actually get home and somebody's actually occupying the space.
Right.
So that's a good way of using a smart thermostat. And also when you're on vacation too, you can set your temperature at whatever the minimal requires to not use a lot of energy while you're on vacation.
Right, and use timers and motion sensors. Like when you're trying to turn your lights on, turn them off. Use timers, motion sensors. That would help. Let's see. Unplug your electronics and stuff. You know, the old school saying is unplug everything. And actually, it works. Unplug everything. You know, when you go to sleep or when you're out of town, you know, it's good if you have it on. You know, the extension cord plug, and so you can just one button instead of going around and having to unplug everything. Well, that's if they can all fit on that extension cord.
So the second one is install ceiling fans.
Yes. Turn the AC off completely. That will help you save money. Install the ceiling fans. Let's see.
Or you can have, you don't have to have it so cool like at 70. You know how they tell you keep it at an even 75. But me, people like, you know, heavy people like me need a lot of extra air. So, you know, if you don't have to have it at 70, and you can keep it at the 75 and not use so much energy if you have a ceiling fan that's circulating the air.
Right. You want to go around your house and check for any cracks or crevices and kind of like fill them in, because they can be leaking out air and causing your thermostat to work harder than it should be working. So these are the tips that you can use in order to.
And then number 3, the third tip is adjust temperatures gradually.
Yes. Don't go from 65 degrees all the way up to 75, 80 degrees. Don't do that. You know, just gradually, because you want to give the room a chance to come up to that temperature. You know, each temperature before you shoot it up, because you're is pushing more energy out in order to do that. So that's a good tip too.
Okay, and then number 4 says schedule an energy audit from your utility company.
Yes.
You know, they do those now. Hello.
And they can tell you where you're losing your money at, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Like rooms that's unfurnished. If you happen to have like a basement or an attic. Florida doesn't really have basements though, right?
Some people do.
Oh.
You can't go down too far, but some people, yeah.
So
they have basements, boo. Ain't no telling what's going on down there.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, that's the tip that you can use. I would just say anything that you would think it would save you money, because first of all, the electric bills are really expensive, especially if you have a 2-story home. Extremely expensive, because not only does it have to cool downstairs, it just needs to cool the upstairs as well. So that's something that you want to think of. So if that was you, if I have a 2-story home, I would use ceiling fans.
Okay.
Like, you know, if you gotta have a ceiling fan on, you gotta have a box fan by you. You know, if you have to have, you know, one of those heaters, whatever, that has like the fan setting, whatever you gotta do, I would just say do that, especially because Florida is known to go up to like 100 degrees.
Okay, and then number 5, it says convert to LED bulbs.
Yes.
So I guess you save, you know, even though it costs, you know, high energy efficient products now cost a little more, but in the end you'll save because it don't use a lot of energy.
Right.
So that's another tip. And number 6 is keep direct sunlight out. Curtains, shades, blinds.
Yes. Use like the darkened curtains, you know what I'm saying, to keep like the sunlight out, so it makes your inside cooler. And well, yeah, you can use that. You know, if they are kind of a little expensive, so you know, I don't know, you might want to use a sheet too, a dark sheet. That works. Right, Tamia?
And then what you were saying before, the last tip OUC gives is eliminate drafty areas, what you were saying before, in your home. Like if you have cracks underneath your door, and again, if you have an audit, if you have your energy company come out and do an audit, they will find this for you, because like the doors from the outside or even in between, because it might be hot in one room and then
Cold in another.
Yeah, cold in another. And if you have a crack in there, it's going to take a lot of energy to heat the other. Heat or cool, whichever one you're trying to do, the other room.
Right.
So you probably need to get, I forgot the name of it, that you put up under a guard or whatever, to put up under the on the bottom of the door, so that you can keep that draft out.
And you want to keep bugs out, because yeah, it's hot, so therefore it'll take little animals like to try to creep in, like, you know. So Florida's known for it. So get the audit, you know, get the ceiling fans, get program your smart thermostat if you have one. Do all these things so you can be able to save money. You know, bikini season is here. You want to be hot outside, not in.
Okay. So in summary, let's just go over it right quick. Again, this is from oucblog.com, Orlando Utilities Commission. Thank you, guys. Anyway, the first tip is use a smart thermostat. Number 2, install ceiling fans. Number 3, adjust temperatures gradually. And number 4, schedule a energy audit from your whoever company you have. And then number 5 is convert to LED bulbs. Number 6, keep direct sunlight out. And finally, number 7, eliminate drafty areas in your home.
Right.
Thank you for watching the Tamia and Tamika Show, and be sure to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and our YouTube channel, and continue to watch us every Sunday at 4 p.m.